Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I hope everyone is well. Let's see, today, Friday, call-in day. Yay. The podcast is live today. I left some call-in information throughout the week that Fridays are the days you can call in and ask any question you want. We're basically talking about neuroscience, healing, self-healing, things of that nature. We go live at 11. I guess I'm a couple minutes early, but that's okay. And what I'm going to be doing today is part 3 of the workshop. So the workshop, we've done the first couple days. The first day was, can you make yourself sick? The second day, can you make yourself well? Today, what we're going to do is talk about placebo and nocebo. And that's an aspect of the workshop that I do periodically when I go around the country and present for different groups or whatnot. And it's an aspect. So what I'm trying to do is just get the workshop on my podcasts. And of course, it all has to be in pieces. Otherwise, I'd be doing a 2-hour, 3-hour, who knows, length of podcast. And if anybody happens to call in, we'll take those calls along the way and see what they are. I have only one line, so I kind of need to say this every Friday. Sometimes I get calls while I'm doing a podcast radio show, and they're just people that are calling with different needs and wants from me personally, and not necessarily knowing they're calling to my podcast show. So we might be interrupted by that, and if that is, I will just thank the person for calling and tell them I will call them back. Otherwise, if it's a person that has a legitimate question and wants to be on the podcast, we're excited to talk to you. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And we're talking about placebo and nocebo. Okay? Probably fairly familiar with that. And I will go through it. Placebo. What is a placebo? It's the sugar pill, so to speak, quote unquote, that is given to people that are doing research around certain medications, for example. So, take for instance, there's a school, a university, that is doing research on a certain kind of medication to help or enhance or better or heal a certain kind of disease. And what they do is they get 2 or 3 different groups of people. They get one big group of people, let's say a group of 1,000. And it doesn't have to be, it could be 200 for all I know. And they break them up into, for our purposes, 2 groups. The group that is going to get the actual medicine, which is new, not yet on the market, but being researched to find out what kind of results they get, and does it in fact enhance the betterment of their health and help in the curing and healing of their disease. That's group number 1. Group number 2 doesn't know that they're getting a quote-unquote placebo or sugar pill because the pill looks exactly identical to the pharmaceutical pill that they're testing, okay? So both groups can't tell if they're in the placebo group or the real pill group. So what happens in that is that both groups take their medication daily for whatever length of time they're studying. Let's say it happens to be 6 weeks or something like that. And then you find out the results. Usually what occurs in a lot, more often than not, of the research is that the placebo group has as good, if not better, results than the medication group that is being tested. Let me say that again. So the placebo group usually has as good, right, equal to the medication group that's being tested, or in some cases even better results. All right. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means that the power of suggestion, the way it was presented, is that this medication is very beneficial. It's going to be very helpful. It has all the outlooks, and everything appears to be very positive about the outcome of this medication. Now, again, people don't know if they're taking the medication or the placebo effect. So, in fact, the placebo ends up acting as if it's the real medicine that's being tested. So if a person accepts, believes, and surrenders to the fact that what they're taking is highly beneficial for their betterment and health, in their mind, right, it doesn't matter whether they're taking the placebo or the real medication. And in a lot of cases, the placebo ends up being even better. They have better results, better recovery, better healing than the actual medication. So we've talked about, can you make yourself sick through thought alone? And the answer is yes. Can you make yourself well through thought alone? Can you, through thought alone, accept, believe, and surrender that a placebo, which you don't know, is actually the real medicine, and your recovery rate is as good, if not better, than the real medicine? Placebo effect. Here's another example of placebo. This one's kind of a good one. Doctors are good and bad. Yes, doctors are good and bad. There's both, right? And the way that they present, what's the term they used to use? They used to use bedside manner. So if a doctor comes in to see you, whether you're in the office or in the hospital, and presents himself in a very likable manner, in a very supportive manner, in a very nurturing manner, in a very compassionate manner, in a very positive and optimistic manner, that you're going to get through this. The power of suggestion. Accept, believe, and surrender. This guy is very credible. The result is your recovery, your wellness, your healing is usually very, very good. As opposed to, the doctor comes in, has no bedside manner, is obstinate, is demanding, is argumentative, is, not very positive about the outlook, the prognosis of your recovery. If the doctor comes off in that manner, that's not a placebo in the positive sense of the word. It's a very negative thought that was suggested to you. And the end result is that your recovery and healing usually does not turn out as well. Okay? So we're talking about, number one, we're talking about medicines and placebo, sugar pills. Number two, we're talking about the actual doctor and the way that they present themselves. You can even take that a step further. You can even go as far as, if you have psychological problems and if you go to a therapist, the mere fact that the therapist is kind and supportive and compassionate and understanding and all that kind of stuff, through their mere tone of voice, their body posture, that becomes a placebo, and your healing and recovery effects are usually very positive. Last one on a placebo. They have things called surgeries, scam surgeries, false surgeries, fake surgeries. Here's one quick example. I want to go through this. Two guys in their 80s have their knees basically blown out through age, and they need their knee surgery done in order to, so to speak, get new knees and be able to go on and carry on with their life. And both doctors are in different parts of the country, both patients different parts of the country. Neither one knows the other one, and the surgeries are both scam. The doctors do incisions where you think the surgery would be, and everything goes according to as if it's the normal surgery. And afterwards, the doctor or doctors come to their patients, and they're very positive and optimistic and excited about the prognosis, and things have gone so well, and the surgery went well, and you're going to really feel the benefits of the surgery, right? And the doctors just are doing a very, very good job with presenting the information after the surgery to the two different patients. The patients, again, they're like 80-ish, right? Recover faster, heal faster, mend better, yes, and end up running out and playing soccer with their grandchild. Or one of them was a swimmer and goes back to swimming. The other one was a runner, goes back to running. Golf becomes something that they both liked and they continue on doing. So again, as long as they accept, believe, and surrender to the thought, and don't give it any doubt or question, right, of its recovery abilities through your thought, the placebo effect works extremely, extremely well. What's going on now, just side note, sidebar, what's going on now in the world is that there are some doctors, medical people, scientists out there who are trying to figure out how to present a placebo to a person with them knowing it's a placebo and having it have the same positive outcome. Research on that is very positive. Okay, so I want to get on to nocebo. Okay? So nocebo is the opposite of placebo. I'm going to give you one clear example that's somewhat frightening. All right? Doctor sees a patient, right? The patient comes in, has the patient do some tests. The tests show, as far as the doctor is concerned, that this person has a form of cancer, and he's in 4th stage towards the end and dying, and has very little time left. This is the doctor interpreting the tests and presenting the information, and the doctor basically says to the patient, you're in the latter stages of your cancer. I would suggest that you go home, get your affairs in order, talk with your family, talk with whoever you need to, and you have about 30 days left, and you will probably pass at the end of 30 days. Right? Pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot of anything there other than just the facts. We don't even know if the facts are correct. All we know is that this doctor says I'm going to die in 30 days. Right? That's nocebo. The guy goes home, tells his family, starts getting his affairs in order. His finances, his home, his family. goes and talks to, neighborhood, friends and stuff like that, colleagues and relatives and whatever, and seems to have everything pretty much in order for his passing. Doesn't question the fact, accepts, believes, and surrenders that what that doctor said to him is 100% accurate and fact. At the end of the 30 days, this is the question for you guys, what do you think happens? Does he live or die? He passes away. He dies at the end of 30 days. The nocebo effect has the ability for you and your thoughts, through you and your thoughts, that can cause you to die. Here's the takeaway. The takeaway is this. Doctors are always right in their own mind, yeah? Accepting their diagnosis is okay for the most part. I mean, obviously get a second and third opinion if it's pretty serious. But the prognosis, don't ever believe. 100% of the time, do not believe the prognosis. I can tell you stories on top of stories, research on top of research about patients who were told they were dying and did not, because they did not accept, believe, and surrender. They did not accept the nocebo effect. Your recovery is in your thoughts. Okay? So that's a part of a workshop that I do on placebo and nocebo and the effects and the outcomes of that. So tomorrow, I don't know, what is tomorrow? Saturday. I'm going to do another aspect of the workshop and present another part to you. And over a period of time, you'll be able to listen back to these various, and I'm marking them, workshop part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, blah, blah, blah. So you'll be able to go back and listen to this entire workshop if you'd like at some time in the future. Again, let's see, self-supporting. Sure would appreciate any penny, nickels, dimes, quarters, dollars that you want to put into my PayPal account. I'm very upfront about that. It's very important for me to maintain and continue going forward in my research, in my work, in all that I do. Please contribute. You contribute to my PayPal account by using my email, which is jzegar@gmail.com. jzegar@gmail.com. And again, it's under John Zegar, JOHNZEGAR. That's my PayPal account. So I look forward to it, you guys, and I hope you do put something in there. Please do. I ask you again, I plead with you, I beg with you. It sure would be helpful at this particular juncture. So anyway, I hope you all have a good day. God bless everyone. Take care of one another, and I look forward to talking to you all again real soon. See you. Bye.